Hey, everyone, welcome along. It is the Player Ranking Show. Liverpool beat Bournemouth by 4 goals to 0, and it's my job to take all of the players who featured for Liverpool today and fit them into our incredibly detailed 3 possible categories. I say that with a little bit of edge to my tone, a bit of sarcasm maybe, as though it wasn't me who basically decided this was the format. You know what, life is what it is. So we have to go through player from Alisson all the way through to the attacking players and the substitutes and decide whether they were boss, sound, or you're messing. Simple as that, right? Yes, I think so. Let's start with the goalie then. And Alisson, sound wasn't it? One of them games where there were times when Bournemouth looked quite threatening. They looked a little bit of a threat, going long, trying to hit got in some dangerous positions on the flanks or whatever. I can't really think of anything Alisson had to do, to be perfectly honest. It was just one of those games. In fact, I've got a comment straight off the bat from the Home Depot. It just says, yeah, Ali sound, not much to do. Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, let's not even dwell too much on Alisson. We'll go from left back first. Gomez, thought it was a good performance from Joey. I'm going to put him somewhere between sound and boss. I just thought he was good. Yeah, I thought it was a good game. I don't think it was. I think he's played better in recent weeks, but it's not to say he didn't play well. It's one of those awkward situations where, yeah, we're doing three. We do our 3 rankings thing, and I can't fault Joe Gomez's performance there. Maybe it was. Actually, rather than split hairs straight off the bat, I'm gonna put Joe Gomez in sound. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good performance from him. You know what? Veronica says Gomez sound and got an assist. I hadn't actually even thought about that. And yeah, Loom said the same. Top assist, workhorse. I'll keep Joe in sound for now. I'm going to try and be a bit more definitive on this. Will that last when I do the show again? Probably not. Let's go across then. Let's go to Virgil van Dijk. Left side of centre half. Thought he was brilliant. Thought he was one of Liverpool's best performers on the day. In such a subtle way at times as well, in a very Virgil van Dijk is back to his best kind of way, because I thought let's link them both together. And don't forget, by the way, keep putting your shouts in for what you think they should be in the comments. Everyone's saying boss, by the way. In fact, Seesaw thought Gomez was boss. Brickwall Bobby says Verge boss, cool, calm, collected, dominant, idiot with the mics, VVD boss. I think him and Ibu, it was just a brilliant partnership. It was a brilliant centre-half partnership performance from both of them today, where Van Dijk did the Van Dijk things, where I think Solanke stayed quite close to him, or maybe Verge just decided to stay close to Solanke, but he had him in his pocket pretty much all game long, and then Ibu got to do the other bits and pieces, so he got to be really physically strong, and he got to be switched on. What was a great one when the ball gets cut back across and it looks like a chance might develop. Is Aarons who makes that chance when he does a little bit of ball juggling past Gomez, and Kanate just gets his strong slide in. He just did that all game long. I thought he was brilliant. I thought it was it was a boss centre-back pairing from the centre-backs today. Over to the right-back. Now, isn't it funny how I'm going to put Conor Bradley in boss? That's not funny in and of itself, by the way. Let me finish. Liverpool went away from home and beat Bournemouth 4-0. When you win 4-0, we should be it should be all like the Alisson stuff. Like these guys, the defenders, whatever. It's all about the attackers. And look, I feel like there might be a couple of guys up here in the attack, but to have 3 of our back 4 in boss, and I'm sure there'll be people in the comments saying Gomez is in there because our left back, our left guy, our centre half who can play full back but is deputising at left back even though he's right-footed, moved back to right back and got an assist. I could easily put Gomez in the boss category there. I think certainly high sound if nothing else. I'm doing it again. And yeah, we're talking about a brilliant defensive performance from Liverpool, and that's great because they're going to need that. It's all well and good scoring the goals, but if at any point the goals get a little bit dry, then we need to make sure the clean sheets are on tap as well. Diane Butler, who's been a brilliant commentator all day. But Bradley was boss, top performance again. I'm not sure what he did with the mic. I'm not sure whether this will catch on, but it says Bladders boss. And for the debut too. Yeah, Premier League. Premier League debut, wasn't it? Because of course he played in the FA Cup against Arsenal, the League Cup against Fulham last week, and here you go. Playing Premier League debut for us, yeah, really, really good. Really good. Right, let's move on to the midfield. The defensive midfielder was Alexis McAllister. Thought he was boss. Absolutely brilliant. I've had one more. Let me see if I can find some Macca ones. Brickwall Bobby says, Macca boss, man of the match for me. So good in the first half, then conducted in the second. It was his thing. I said this on the post-match interactive show. The amount of times that he got to the man who got past the ball and just tackled him and got Liverpool going again. And he doesn't do the six in that way that I think a lot of us were raised on what a six is, and that's big slideys and winning big headers and like a brick wall, or being really like snide or whatever, like in the old Didier Man kind of way. We press a team, they panic, they play a ball out, and either McAllister gets to that ball or he gets to the man before he can get set on that ball and wins the ball, and Liverpool attack again. And that was exactly the way. That was a great example of the best of Alexis McAllister in that role today. Redmen Faithful just says he protected Bradley, and CC says Alexis boss. A says he uses his body so well. I presume you mean McAllister and not your own body. You may well use that well as well. Okay, into the midfield. Curtis Jones, I thought Curtis was for sound. He had a bit of a struggle, I thought, at the start of the first half, but it kind of typified as he got into the game. So did Liverpool, and I think the same goes for Harvey Elliott as well. I actually think Elliott was probably a bit better than Jones. I think probably, if I'm being hypercritical, I'd probably put Jones a little bit further down here for his all-round contribution. First half, again, it was a bit of a struggle, maybe a little higher. Let's nitpick. As both of those two grew into the game, Liverpool got better and got more dominant in the football match as well. Alon Chaviv says Elliott messing. But then Craig Flynn says Elliott was sound. And then Idiot with the Mic says Elliott sound. And then Bamalam says Jones and Elliott both sound. Brickwall Bobby says Jones high sound, so composed on the ball, much better in the second half. Okay, yeah, I'll pull him back up into the sound category, to be honest, because it was an all-round. It was just a fine Curtis Jones performance. It wasn't one of those ones where if you adore him or you think he's the second coming of whatever, that this is going to be one of the ones that you hang on your wall. It was just I thought they were both fine. Held their own really well. Right, the attacking lads. Let's start with who was on the right-hand side. I don't know why I've gone left from the defence and right for here, but here we are. I could swap it, but I'm not going to. Luis Diaz, sound. It was a sound performance from him. We haven't seen loads of him on the right-hand side for us. Why? Mohamed Salah plays there, and he generally plays every week, and he's amazing. It was a tricky time for him. I think he can flourish in that position, but will he be able to play enough games to get used to it and flourish before Mo Salah gets back? Well, who knows? But yeah, still more to come from Luis Diaz, I thought. But I thought generally speaking, he was fine. Jody says lower sound. Craig Flynn says sound. Jordan Micklewhite says sound. Brickwall Bobby Diaz sound. Struggle right hand side. Didn't look comfortable. Better in the second half. Not as high standards though. Okay, sound. Okay then. Here's the two goal scorers. Let's do Diogo first. Boss. Diogo Jota. Boss. Just boss. Darwin Núñez. Boss. Just boss. Diogo Jota was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And look, the eternal debate goes on. I've seen some people saying, all the people who've been saying Darwin's better on the left, that's the end of you. And then I've seen a bunch of comments go, Darwin Núñez best off the left. Who gives a shit? They both basically, I mean, I would say Diogo Jota's better central than wide. I'd say left is better than right, but then he technically scored a goal from central and one from right, and Darwin scored one from central and one from sort of left. The point is our front three is they're all capable of getting into the goal-scoring areas, inside the width of the penalty area, ideally inside the width of the 6-yard box, in that sort of like box from outside there. They struggled a little in the first half. I thought Jota was better than Núñez first half. he just starting to get into the game. He had that great chance, didn't he, where he rolled his man and played it across the face, and it was just behind Darwin, and he was like reaching his leg back and whatever, as I've just expertly demonstrated for you there, given that you can only see me from the waist up and I'm on the side of the screen. Anyway, yeah, but when the second half came around and Liverpool really upped their intensity, Jota's just brilliant. I mean, he's so good that he basically set himself up for a goal, robbed Conor Bradley of an assist in the process as well, which is kind of funny, objectively. But no, Jota and Nunez, these are the guys who are going to be starting games of football for Liverpool. Diaz will start games as well because of the skill set and the pace that he brings. But right now, no Salah, so these two are pretty much going to start every game that they can. And the reason why that is because they score goals. So I've mentioned it on previous shows, but that's now 11 goals in all comps for Diogo Jota this season, and that's 10 goals for Darwin Núñez in all comps. And not just has he got 10 goals, but he's got 10 assists as well. I think that's 3 assists for Diogo Jota. Technically 4 because he set himself up for the second. So yeah, absolutely brilliant from both of them. Jota was the best in a great team, says Sam Garlick. Yeah, good shout from that, my friend. Good shout indeed. Right, I'm going to look at the subs for what it's worth. Gravenberch was all right, wasn't he? Didn't really do a great deal. Cody Gakpo I'll put in high sound because he comes on and has a really telling impact. Gets an assist as well. Kate Gordon didn't even touch the ball. Good to see him back. Bobby Clark was a little bit better. Actually, I could tell you some of the things that he did. He nearly won as a penalty. Good to see him. I think he's really brave on the ball. I like him. Hopefully some more minutes to come from him. If Liverpool can get that game boxed against Fulham, with some time to spare, I'd like to see Clark come on again. Then I'd like to see him play in the FA Cup game as well, because he could be a really tidy player for us. So, man of the match. What do we think? Who was your man of the match? Let me know in the comments section. Oh yeah, there's no card for Beck. Oh Christ, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we have cards for every football player and coach basically ever to play for Liverpool over the last 2 years. Owen Beck, I actually quite liked Owen Beck's performance. I'm going to throw him in there. Apologies, Owen. It costs so much money to get one of these individually printed up. There's a very good chance that he might not have one for the rest of the season. If anyone wants us to have an Owen Beck card, drop like a £20 super chat in and we'll box it for you. Right, man of the match. What do we think? Let's see what we got in the comments here. Elliot, man of the match, as explains. Wild. Nunez says Robert Ho. Diogo says David Luiz. Dave says use the Andre Trindade card for Beck in it. Yeah, I might have to do that. Mac shout there. Rajib Stapper says Jota. Nunez 9 says Jota. Obviously not, it's just Nunez. I am going to give the man of the match to Diogo Jota because he was brilliant today. Because it's funny because so many eyes on Darwin Núñez as like, he needs to be this goal scorer. He's wearing the number 9 shirt for us. Lots of critique and criticism or whatever, analysis and over-analysis of him as a footballer, him as a Liverpool player. Quietly, people are forgetting that Diogo Jota could easily be a 20-goal a season forward for us. He could very easily be that. So yeah, and we saw that today. It won't be quiet for long because he's just come back with a bang, hasn't he? Really come back into this team. Very, very good indeed. So yeah, that is that from me. If you want a free month of redmenplus.com, all of our videos, podcasts, documentaries, interviews, features, everything, a Liverpool streaming service just for you, head to redmenplus.com, use the code KLOPP, KLOPP, and get a free month to fill your boots of podcasts and videos, see what it's like, and then as Liverpool are fighting on 4 amazing fronts, you can be right at the forefront of it and have more content than you could ever consume in your whole life. And it's all boss. I love it. I think you will too. Go and try it out on redmenplus.com. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the content today. If you want to get your name in and amongst these wonderful people, then head to redmenplus.com. Join as a legend tier subscriber. You're going to get free merchandise codes. You're going to get in our Discord, and you're going to get your name at the end of YouTube videos.